Blog Talk Radio.
I was a hard-drinking sinner with blood on my hands. I was a hard-drinking sinner, a gun in my hands, drinking 40 pounds for dinner till I met a big man. And the man said, how do we do? 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 Well, I believe I'm reborn. My good eyes vision is misery, but I'm seeing alright, cause the man said, how do we do? 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 Well, I'm feeling reborn, I'm feeling new, cause the man said, how do we do?
Out there. Welcome to the Freakin' Awesome Paranormal Show. This is Ryan.
This is Holly.
There we go. How are you doing tonight?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing just peachy. I was walking around my office complex where I do the show from. This is probably the last time I'll be able to walk around without a jacket on. Maybe in the 60s right now.
I think it actually made it up in the upper 60s here today, but no, it's not in the 60s right now. Yeah, it's actually.
Don't worry.
Yeah, I know. I dread it.
Yeah, me too. Actually, although I do kind of like it cold at Christmas time because Christmas, cold weather, snowman, holly jolly shit. But after December 25th, it can go back to being in the 70s. Nice, cool temperatures. Nothing like in the 90s all the time because that would suck. But, comfortable temperatures. You want to go outside and have fun, not sweating like a dog. Got plenty of that in August and July. So what were you up to this week? Anything fun?
Nah, same old same. Just hanging in there, I guess.
I heard you have a big case coming up on Saturday. Isn't there something opening back up again?
Oh my God, yeah, I'm so excited. I just got off the phone, barely got off the phone with the people from the Inn at Wise.
Yeah.
I know, and we've been waiting to get in this location for 2 years, actually, because they've been renovating it. It's a big, big renovation.
Wow.
I mean, they put millions of dollars into this inn. We was the first paranormal group in our area to go in and investigate, and we come out with some pretty awesome evidence. I mean, it's two spirits interacting with each other, and not only that, it's just, you know, what we picked up on while we was there, some of our personal experiences. I know that can't, you know, be ruled as physical evidence, but I'm sorry, if you got like a type A or B EVP like that coming through and two spirits interacting, not only that, the workers there have experienced things, and even the lady I talked to tonight experienced things. And
also, I was going to say, also, since they're doing renovations there, maybe the renovations might have you know, disturbed some other spirits that were being kind of quiet when you were there the last time. You know how sometimes you make changes, spirits don't like it. They act a little bit more volatile. So.
Yeah. Well, listen, you know, it's funny because me and Pat talked today, but before that, I talked to you all day, Ryan, about the inn because I've been anxious about getting the date and everything. And I said, well, you know, I'm going to ask Pat to come along because Pat's like maybe an hour away from me.
Pat Bussard.
And,
from last week.
We love her.
So. Exactly.
And she definitely wants to go, and what are the odds that she was actually in that location like last week for work? So when she went in there, she had like this pull toward a certain room in that in the inn. So I asked the lady I talked to tonight. She said, I said, what's up with room 222? Pat wanted me to ask. She said it's colder than any of the other rooms, and that she's had some personal experiences in there just in the past few days.
The lady has.
So.
The lady had some personal experience. That lady you talked to had some personal experiences up in there?
Yeah.
Wow.
Their motion detectors has been going off. She's had she was wearing a hoodie, and it was actually tugged. Or a little girl there. She's, like, you can hear her in this EVP that we got. But anyway, she likes to play hide and go seek. She likes to tug on people's shirts and stuff. And she said it was a tug down, like it was a little girl. So I told her, I was like, yeah, there's definitely a little girl in there. So I'm so excited to go back in, and it's short notice, and some of our teammates can't make it, and I'm bummed about it. But we have to take the opportunity while we can because they open up officially December the 1st, so we ain't got much time to work with.
No, you don't. No. It's either Saturday or Sunday or Friday. Either, you know, you want to get in there.
Well,
for sure.
You know, the thing is, everybody works on Monday, so, yeah. But Gary's working Saturday, and he's still coming, so we'll round them up.
Good.
Round up who we can.
Good.
we'll do it.
I mean, shit. I mean, this is a big opportunity for everyone.
It is.
To get out,
we've been waiting. I've been waiting for this case for 2 years now, and the reinvestigation part of it because just getting back in there. I mean, this location, and nobody knows where I'm from. I mean, most people don't know where I'm from. But the Wise Inn, or the Inn at Wise, it used to be called the Colonial Hotel. It's just an awesome location, paranormal-wise and activity-wise. So if you want to have an experience there, just book you a hotel room, and I'm sure you're bound to have one. And apparently you need to go room 222. And what's up with this, Ryan? Because it seems like every inn or hotel has that certain room where it's more active.
Yeah, and it's weird because it's 3 numbers in a row, 222. You know, I don't know if that means anything or whatever.
Well, it actually does.
Because
like
222 added up equals 6, 666. You know, if you want to really go conspiracy, but you know.
No, but seriously though, like 1111, 222, stuff like that. It's supposed to be like, I don't know. There's like theories behind
them. There's a show right there.
So.
We could, do a show on numerology and see, what the numbers mean.
Yeah, for sure. But anyway, I'm excited about this, and we're videoing, so it'll be up for everybody to see. And
definitely
I'm
go check out their the YouTube videos on the Black Mountain Paranormal. I watch those things all the time.
Yeah, you'll get to see my weight loss transformation. I used to be big moo cow. I'm a heifer now, so.
and you get to see Holly sing her new videos. What is it? What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do?
That's only on Facebook.
Baby, I'll show you. I can't get that tune in my head right now, but yeah, she's go on Facebook, on our Facebook page. You can see her awesome new singles out to rock your body all night long. Uh-huh.
Ron's like, "Who are you?" I'm like, "I can't help it."
I'm just pimping you out there right now. I'll be your manager to make you a star. Superstar. Actually, I think you probably talked a lot about the Wise In when we had you actually as a guest.
Well, I did. I'm telling you, I'm like, Wise In. But it's a big location for our area.
It looks big. I saw it.
My whole goal is to bring attention to it, and and to our community, because I've said it before many times. I've been on Casper's show. I've been on other shows, and this is what I say. I want the attention brought to our area to open that up even more, because as a team, we've been here for 4 years now, and I feel like we have broke down walls into the paranormal. And yeah.
We've had those ghost walks in Kentucky, whatever, Vico, Kentucky.
Yeah, and last year we had them down in Big Stone.
Yeah, and I think those videos you make certainly do help a lot with your, people to look at them and realize there is actually stuff down in the tail end of Virginia.
Oh yeah, well the videos are for fun. We like. The videos for us is just to let people know that we are here, and it reaches out to more people. I mean, yeah, people I'm sure make fun of the accents because they're hilarious, and I would too, to be honest. But I mean, it's all good because we don't have anything like that around here. Like
Yeah, but you're getting eyes on what's down there. It doesn't matter if you sound funny or not, which you don't sound funny, but if people look at them. To watch the videos and watch them for what they are, you'll get eyes on your evidence, and that's good. Always a good thing to get the truth out there. Oh, show. Well, I'm glad you finally get to go back to the Wise In, so we'll have something to talk about on Monday when we have our paranormal free-for-all. We can talk about the Wise In next Monday night,
I'll have to put that EVP up too from our last investigation there. I think it's a pretty kick-ass EVP.
Yeah. Maybe we can go on. Maybe we could talk about certain EVPs we've caught at certain locations and put them on and play those for our audience next week. Here we're having like a fucking show meeting in the middle of the show. Yeah, okay. Oh well, nobody's listening anyway, so who gives a shit?
For anybody that's listening that don't know, Ron is part of All Seeing Paranormal Society, and I'm part of Black Mountain Paranormal Society. So you guys look us up, give us a shout out. And we always represent our own teams, and we're all about para-unity. And
yes, we are.
Which brings me to our guest tonight. I want to talk about her a little bit before she calls. She hasn't called in, but I want to go ahead and tell a little bit about Becky. Tonight we have author Becky Arnott. She is the author of Photographic Encounters of the Spirit Kind. I met Becky last year down at the Ghost Walks in Big Stone Gap, Virginia, and she actually sent me a copy of her book, so that's awesome.
Well,
Thank you,
that's
Becky.
nice of her.
Yeah,
wow.
And it's pretty, I want to really, we've got some questions lined up for Becky, and first of all, we want to say thank you for coming on with us, even though she hasn't come on yet, because it's a big deal for her. I know we was down there at Big Stone, and she was with the radio interview, and that was like on live. She was really worried about that. Yeah, it is nerve-wracking.
I mean, hopefully.
Yeah.
Well, it's just a conversation we're having on the phone. Hopefully she won't look at it as like a serious interview. This is a conversation from two of her fans.
Yeah, well, once people get on here with us, they realize we're really laid back, and it's more of a conversation between, people. But, yeah,
we
she's
are
actually
certainly not professionals.
I think we have Becky on the line with us.
Sweet.
Hey, Becky, is that you?
Hi, I am actually here. How are you doing?
Hey, Becky.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Okay. I heard you say that I didn't really like this. You don't know him. But I wouldn't do it for just anyone. But Holly's persuaded me, so I appreciate the opportunity.
And we appreciate you coming on the show.
Well, thank you.
Most definitely. So, Becky, I've got to ask, what have you been up to lately? Because I'll read your post. I know you have a blog, which we'll talk about later.
Yeah. But okay.
Yeah. So,
all right,
what?
I've just been writing on my blogs. I have actually two blogs. One of them is paranormal, and the other deals with being positive. So we can all use a little bit of that. And
you ain't lying, that's for sure.
And so also I've been doing some jewelry making. I'm working on that. I do a little bit of everything, like you say, multitasking. Artist, organizer. Working on photographs, I'm into that now. Of course, I take paranormal ones, but I'm also doing just regular photography too. And so just keeping busy.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think the best of us are multitaskers. Even though we are the best multitaskers, we're probably the worst at it.
Yeah, really.
You got that right.
Funny because most of us who are multitaskers are ADD. So, hey.
Yeah, well, I am too, and I admitted it to you, the other day. So
yeah.
I'm admitting to the world today. So.
Hey, that's the best of us, and I find that most of people who are multi-talented in the field is ADD or ADHD, so it comes along with the territory.
We just can't focus on one thing.
Do what?
So we just can't focus on one thing. We got to have many eggs in many different baskets.
Yeah, I would be bored and wouldn't know how to act if I were just doing one thing, I think.
Me too. I couldn't even sit and watch a movie. Like if I'm at home, I have to be walking around. It's crazy.
Yeah, I know. I work picture puzzles. I enjoy doing that while I'm watching it. So.
Yeah, I can't sit around and watch TV. Every time there's a commercial break, I get up and walk around, do dishes, do something.
Yeah,
and then I come back and watch some TV.
Absolutely.
So Becky, I wanted to ask, because I did send you over some questions to make you feel more comfortable.
Right.
How long have you been writing on the subject of paranormal and taking pictures?
Well, I've been taking pictures about all my life ever since I was a little girl, but I've actually been writing on the paranormal just 3 years ago. I seriously started writing my first book, which is Photographic Encounters of the Spirit Kind. And after I finished writing it and before it was published, I started writing a blog, The Spirit Photographs, which I still write, and about all things paranormal, but I emphasize paranormal photography even on that. And Photographic Encounters of the Spirit Kind was finally published in July of last year. And, of course, my first book signing was in Big Stone, where, I met you all, the Black Mountain Paranormal Society, part of you all in Holly. And then, I majored in English and drama in college, but we just didn't do that much writing or anything. But so I just sort of did it on my own. The reason I started writing is actually a psychic told me that I had talent, and I had no idea. For that, I was, had my mother help me write my thank you notes and all that. Couldn't even write a thank you note. So anyway, he gave me confidence to go ahead and try it, so I did, and I'm really enjoying it. I got into writing the blogs and then my books. So.
Well, awesome.
You just don't know till you really try, You don't know what you've got. And then if someone tells you, I think psychics are really valuable in helping to bring out what you are and everything, what you really can do.
I believe that, for sure.
That is very true. I think Ryan learned that a lot over the week because we had Miss Pat Bussard on. and she actually read Ryan and gave him some very valuable information that's going to help him, I think, tremendously. And then Christina helped you out too, Miss Christina Reiki.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's terrific.
I messed her name up again. But you know, that's interesting that you mentioned that, Becky, about psychics and being read, and you know, that's something that really set me on my spiritual path, was because I was read and it kind of gave me more information. I was having experiences before, but you know, it opened them doors of possibilities up for me. And at that point, I thought, hey, these gifts are only to certain people. And then it was after that I realized, no, that's not very true.
That's what I thought for the longest time.
No,
so you really answered. Yeah. So you really answered my second question, and I was going to ask you, at what point did you realize that you had a gift, but you was read?
Well, it's just really gradually. I didn't know what to think about all those weird pictures that we had in our photo albums. And so my husband, Greg, and I did take him to a local psychic in Tennessee, Elaine Watson, who I mentioned in the book, and who really helped me a lot with the book, and she's now deceased. And she said that I and that Greg had gifts for spirit photography, and I'd never thought about that being a gift before. You know, we just have all these weird pictures and everything. And so, and I didn't think about it being a psychic ability. And just last year, well, you know, there she is, right-brained and a psychic. So I thought, well, we've got a landscaper, and he also happens to be a psychiatrist, and he's a left-brain, you know, practical type of guy. So I asked him, I said, am I weird or what? You know, to be able to take these spirit photographs, but he said I had a gift too. So, you know, both the left brain and the right brain, they agreed that it was a gift. And so I'm just sort of going with the flow, and I'm thankful for it. And we all do have gifts, and we don't realize, you know, psychic gifts. We just don't realize it, that we do have these. And it's in different forms. You know, some people take photographs. I can't do readings. I couldn't do that for anyone. So, I've never actually seen anything with my naked eyes either. You know, like a ghost. If I did, I'd probably faint. So, but I don't mind taking the pictures. You know, that doesn't seem bad. You know, ectoplasm and all the other things showing up. But I can handle that. But I tell you what.
Hey, if they're willing to pose for you, oh shoot.
Yeah, that's right. Now that's okay.
Yeah.
But I never see anything before I take the picture, so I never see anything.
You ever hear anybody say cheese before you take a picture? No.
Not
that might freak you out too.
I do hear things occasionally. I do hear things and stuff like that, but I never have seen anything.
What kind of stuff have you heard?
Oh gosh, just you name it. All kinds of little things like. My husband has heard certain things too. We've been in so many haunted houses, lived in them and everything, and he said one of the scariest things he heard, you know, it sounded like footsteps overhead, and he was in the basement of a house by himself and heard these footsteps. You know, that's pretty scary.
That's freaky.
Oh my gosh.
When you think you're alone, yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. So
I've got a question. What exactly is a paranormal grid?
Okay, well, that is a paranormal phenomena that I discussed both in my book and that I've mentioned also on my blog. And I never heard or seen a grid until we discovered one time we were at my husband's father's house and we were taking pictures. And anyway, Greg said, oh my gosh, what is this in the mirror? What is that? And it was strange, white, and dark lines in a mirror of a picture we'd taken. You know, they're just, some of them are horizontal and some are vertical. Yeah. And we had no idea what these lines could be, so we visited a psychic. In fact, it was Elaine. She explained they were a common paranormal phenomenon. We'd never heard of them. And they were supposed to be messages from the other side. Have you all ever heard of those before? Have you ever seen them or anything?
In a grid form? No.
Yeah, in a mirror. Well, I have never seen anything. Well, it's the only phenomena that I can always count on to show up consistently in my photos, in certain mirrors. Now, the best ones are the old mirrors. They seem to be where the grid shows up better. And one time I took a picture of an old mirror where, it was just always there'd be a grid showing up when I took it. But then that one time it didn't show up, and I thought, well, what happened? Have I lost my touch or something? Psychic ability gone? And then I turned on the flash. I thought I'd try that, and there it was. You have to have the flash on, apparently, for it to show up. But anyway, I have researched grids on the Internet, and I cannot find anything about that.
Yeah.
Not a thing.
I couldn't.
No, I've never seen anything like that before. And then, there at the Tolliver House, we had, a couple of things where we were there in Big Stone Gap. I did a little demonstration, a mirror there at the Tolliver House. Of course, it's very haunted. And I took a picture of it, and a grid showed up several times. And so this is, it's just pretty common. It is common for me to take a picture. I know other people have taken them, but I just can't find anything about it. And if anybody that's listening knows anything about grids, any more information, if you could please email me at spiritphotographs@gmail.com, I'd really appreciate it. So
maybe they're just special messages for you.
Maybe, but I don't read grid. So,
I don't. You think they think of a better way to talk to you? I mean, I've never read grid myself. Now, do you think maybe you said the grids show up on older mirrors?
Yeah.
Right. You think that might be because of how they're made, perhaps?
Probably. I'd say it is. I'd say it is. I think they're made a little bit differently, and they seem to. I don't know. It's amazing. But it's just a puzzle to me. And I'm not an expert on any of this. All I do is take pictures, and all these things show up. And I try to do a little research and all that, but I want my book to be unique and just explaining that we're just ordinary people that have had extraordinary photographic, experiences. So it's just really strange. So anyway, I'm learning all this. I continue to learn. So, but I really would like to know a little bit more about grids. What I get when I put in, trying to search on the Internet is the laser grids. But no, that's not it. Not at all. So
exactly.
Yep. Well, do y'all have anything more to add about grids? Anything you think of?
We had discussed before, when I was down there, because, like you said, there's no information out there for you to get a hold of. Now, this might be something new to consider in the paranormal field, because we do discuss a lot of different things. But, we had discussed the possibility of just seeing into that parallel dimension, because the way that you explained it to me, that's kind of how I took it, instead of maybe a message. I mean, that's just a theory to put out there.
That's true. And while I was doing a little demonstration, there were several people in there, and some boy said, "Gosh, you did that. I wish I could." And I said, "Well, go ahead and try it." And by golly, he did it. A grid showed up for him too. So it was kind of weak and kind of, not quite like mine, but it showed up. So that's amazing. Yeah. Everybody has to go to the Tolliver House now and go into the parlor there in Big Stone Gap and try to take a picture and see if they can get them a grid. Or anywhere, just try it and see. See what you can might surprise yourself. Huh?
It's like the Da Vinci Code, trying to decipher the grid. What are they saying? What does it mean?
Absolutely, yes.
For sure.
So does it look like a pound sign, or like or is it how they get the grid? Is it like a hashtag?
It's kind of different. Every mirror, they don't look the same. The grid is different. And like they say, it's like a message or whatever, Each spirit would be a little bit different. No, it's just like, it'd be just, different widths, different, some are white and some are dark, and then some would be over toward the side and so on. There'd be more lines in some of them, and so they're really pretty unique, each one. But I have a mirror that can carry with me. You know, it belonged to my grandparents, and every time I take a picture in there, a grid will show up. So, you know, I kind of take it around to demonstrate and everything. So
that was one
some
of
mirrors have
one
them
of your
and some
grandparents'
don't.
mirrors, you said?
Yeah, it's pretty old.
So it was an old mirror.
Yeah.
Huh. 'Cause there's a house I go to in Palatine. It's got this huge mirror. It was bought by remember the Valentine family, famous family in Virginia. Back in the early 1900s. I'd love for you to come over sometime. You know, when if you're in the area and take a picture and see if a grid shows up.
I'd love to. Absolutely. And I'm disappointed over the you know what? I missed the first 5 minutes of the show. I was trying to figure out how to get on the list. So I missed what y'all were saying, so I'm sorry. And so if I seem to be out of sync here, I was frankly trying to give me a password and all that to get on. So anyway, I did hear about the Wise Inn, and I wish we could go there, and I'm so sorry. I thought it would be later next year, but you all have fun, and maybe I can go with you all sometime somewhere else. So
yeah, for sure. It was all last
Holly's
minute.
big thing.
Do what?
She knows.
That's Holly's big thing. I'm all the way up in Richmond, so.
Oh, you're in Richmond. Oh
yes,
my gosh,
yes,
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we can be anywhere, can't we? And communicate like this. This is great.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know that. Wow. So anyway,
we're worldwide, baby.
Huh?
So we're worldwide.
Oh gosh, I tell you what, yeah, I've enjoyed listening to one of the archives, the little videos on YouTube, and Pat, was sorry I heard that. That was really good. And I'm going to go back and listen to the rest of them. They're really interesting and informative. I really enjoyed those. So.
Really appreciate that.
Yeah,
for sure.
Good.
We let loose on some of them, so.
Yeah.
There's some more relaxed than others, for sure.
Okay. Well, let me tell you, Greg and I are invited to take some pictures to y'all, Holly, sometime. The Black Mountain Paranormal Society. Okay.
Yeah,
they'll let us know if something else big comes up, and we'll be glad to do that. So.
Awesome. We'd love to have you guys along.
Okay,
I'll be anxious
thanks.
to see what you guys get. You know, I'll be super jealous I'm not there.
Yeah,
so
me
you guys
too.
can be thinking about me when I'm not there, you know. But
I
have
some
cool
been
pictures.
waiting. I've been waiting patiently for this baby, and some of our investigators can't make it, like I said, and I'm done.
Well, they're lost.
And yeah, they had other plans, we'll make the best of who we have. I know Pat's coming out, so woohoo! She just confirmed that for me.
Oh, that's great.
Wow.
That's terrific.
Wow, what a great Thanksgiving holiday.
It's like my Christmas present and everything wrapped in one.
Christmas came early to Black Mountain Paranormal.
Becky, I've got to ask you too. I know one of the infamous pictures that you have was took by your brother, and it's an apparition in the window at the Jones Tolliver house. Do you want to talk about that real quick?
Oh yeah, well that kind of started us out on all this. What it was is in 1964, it was Easter Sunday, and my brother just wanted to take a picture of the Tolliver house, and so he was just a little guy, and he took a picture, and then when he got it back, my mother looked at it and said, "What is that in the window upstairs there at the June Tolliver house?" And we all looked at it, gosh, didn't know what to think. It looked like a figure of a person, and some people see a man and some see a woman. I saw a woman, I looked at it. It looks like she's in a period dress, and but some people actually see a man. So, but then we took the picture and had it blown up and all that, big size, poster size, and that figure's still there, and it's a mystery today. But I do have it in my book. There's a whole chapter on the June Tolliver house, and the original picture that my brother took is in it, and it's also on the cover of the book as well. So, but that's become pretty famous, locally.
Wow.
Yeah, definitely.
And that place is very haunted, though.
Yeah,
we went
is.
through it one time. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Becky.
Well, we went through it a long time ago, before it was fashionable to do all this. And so anyway, we found out it was pretty high. We didn't really get any pictures or anything. Some guy had some infrared film, and he didn't much know how to use it. But my husband, brother, and I all just use regular film and get all this stuff. We don't have to anything fancy. We don't have to have any expensive cameras. These cameras are used just, mine are really inexpensive, easy to use. We used, I used film for a long time, most of the time. I just started using the digital camera this last 3 years. And really all the books in my book all the pictures in my book are all actually film pictures. None of them are digital. And
which do you prefer to use?
Well, I like my digital now. I'm beginning to really like it, and I can put them on the computer easily and all that. So.
Yeah, it's a lot easier.
Yeah, so much easier. So I wish I'd kind of started it sooner, but it's never too late on all this. And I'm pleased that the pictures are in this book and everything. So what did you all think of the book anyway? Whoever read it, Holly.
I thought it was very interesting. I got to look at it when I got to meet you last year down at the homes down there. It's very interesting because you give stories with each photo, and I'm assuming that the medium that you was that read you and that was working with you on the photographs kind of like read these pictures and got in tune with these pictures to let you know the history of what was going on at the time in that picture.
She did. She is really, really good. And I tell you, we miss her. I'm kind of looking for a psychic now to kind of help me with my next book. So, yeah.
Well, if you do, I can actually recommend some if you want to message me offline.
Okay.
I know.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm sure they would be happy to help you.
Okay, that'd be great. I have one in mind. I think and we can talk about it then. So that'd be great.
Okay.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, definitely. And if it's the one that I'm thinking about, Becky, that's a no-go.
Oh, it is? Uh-oh.
Yeah, big no-go.
Uh-oh.
I think I might know who you're talking about, too.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, I got some
really
good ones
helpful.
for you, though. I really do.
I
got
appreciate
some people
that.
who are very, very helpful and not in it for other reasons. So I'll leave it at that.
Oh,
but, yeah, David.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good enough. I appreciate it.
Yeah. I don't like, as far as the paranormal field goes, I'm a very selfless person, and when it comes, like the June Tolliver and John Fox homes, when we done our walks, we don't charge for anything we do. So everything we do is free. So that's kind of hard for some people to believe. But, anyway, message me and I'll put you in some contact with some really good people who are not only psychic, but they are also very good with photographs too. So, and it's always good to have a second opinion, so I can help you out with that also.
Oh, great. Terrific. Thank you. Making big strides on this next book. That's terrific.
Hey, you know what? Once you start making the connections, it really does help. And not only connections, but connections with people that are in the paranormal field who are legit, who know what they're doing.
Yeah, that helps a lot.
Absolutely. Gosh, I don't want any fakes or anything. Elaine was so good. She did an excellent job and everything. And, she's still helping me from beyond.
Oh, really?
Oh, she is?
Yes, she is. I talked to a psychic about her. I asked about it, and she's like a cheerleader for Greg and me. We would get readings from her, in person together. And she's just so wonderful. So she's still helping us. So it's so good that, someone that's passed on like that. And we all get help from different people like that, that pass on. But she was so special and really helped us so much. So she's still helping us. And she's just such a selfless person and all. So,
yeah,
well, anyway.
That is awesome.
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's interesting, like you talked about her still helping you from beyond, and how many people do surround us that most people don't know it's there. And we talked about people having abilities as well. Well,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, they have, our minds get too busy, don't they, Ron?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
I'm guilty too. I'm very guilty because I went from I was clairaudient to hearing things to having my out of body experiences to it like completely stopped. And I got consultation on that, and Pat's like, you're just fast paced right now, and I am because I had. I help with the show. I have Black Mountain Paranormal Society, and I have other stuff like I have 3 kids at home and all this other crazy stuff. So yeah,
she's busy.
Never a dull moment. That's
no, never.
Gosh.
But with the upcoming thing, I want to talk about because you do post some very interesting blogs on your blog posts. And at the end of this, I'll get you to give the address to that. But if you guys want to see some of her posts, she actually posts them on her Facebook as well, and it's Photographic Encounters of the Spirit Kind. And I always try to share that page to you guys, and I'm constantly sharing it on mine. So, it's all about that
parenting. You've been so supportive. I tell you what, we appreciate it so much. And, of course, I support you all.
Oh, yeah.
I appreciate that.
That's what
you know what? Do you think you could be in my next book?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I'll help you.
Yeah.
Whatever you need.
Okay, and so we'll work on that. I've got several things in mind, but I would love to have, the Black Mountain Paranormal Society and you, Ryan, also. So, talk about you all and the group and whatever I get, it's going to be packed full, I tell you what, but a whole chapter, too.
All right.
Well,
you're worth it.
Well, thanks.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
You was talking about the landscaper who is a psychiatrist. I was telling the story last week because I was like, yes. Because I'm not afraid. Like, I'm one of those outward people that are like, hey, I'm here, and I believe in some freaky stuff. I have abilities. I'm not afraid to say it. And, yes, my children do, too. But I actually got to sit down with a psychiatric counselor, and she was very open-minded anyway. But, I talked to her about signs of psychic abilities in children, and she actually was very open to it. And I left her with, she said, thank you. She said, now, I'm going to be more aware of these symptoms in children because I told her, I said, how many kids come through and have imaginary friends? She said, you'd be surprised. And I said, what is the line between someone having a mental disorder to it being psychic? And, a lot, what people don't realize, and me and Ryan was talking about earlier, is that when it gets mistaken for mental disorders, you also have physical symptoms with psychic symptoms, like if you're having like an attachment or, things that you don't know or aware that's there until you're read by someone. So
yeah,
it's definitely interesting.
Oh gosh,
for sure.
I know. It's wide open. It really is. You can just keep working, studying it, and all that. There's always something new to find out, I think. And it's good to share all these things, to.
Oh yeah, I could go on all night.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah,
you have the floor.
No, you are our guest, so we'll get right back to it. Ron, you got
That's okay.
for me? Ron?
Okay.
Do what?
Anybody have any questions?
Do what?
That's why I said back to you, Ryan.
Oh, sorry. Well, I mean, to actually answer my last question about the cameras, what kind of cameras you need to use to take these photographs, but you don't need any special cameras. You need just...
No. It doesn't seem to matter, if you've got that ability. It just
Have you ever tried using like a phone camera?
A what?
A phone camera, like a regular
Oh,
iPhone
no,
camera or something?
I've never tried that, but I'm sure that would work too. But I'll have to try that. That's a good idea.
Maybe it might be a good experiment to try, see if that works.
What about with video?
Well, no, I've never really tried a video, but that's good too. It crossed my mind once, but I'm just not real technical. I'm just doing simple things. But that would be great. See if anything would show up. Okay,
well,
I'll
that
make a
would
note
be
here.
Well, Becky, that would be a good thing for you coming along on investigation is for you to try different techniques along the investigation. And,
that would be good.
The thing about your photos is that you do, you had a medium backing up these pictures, and she could sense what was going on in these pictures at the time, but physically there's no evidence behind it. And this is something we deal with in the paranormal all the time, is because although we have personal experiences, or a medium might read an object, and yes, they can probably give you details off of it and confirm, but a lot of these things we can't confirm, like personal experiences. So in the paranormal field, that's a big deal to some people, because even in the field when we get touched or something like that, yes, we acknowledge it, but it's not physical evidence. And pictures for us is rare. I know for my group. We've had some anomalies pop up, like video-wise. A lot of our photographs are debunked because we're really big on debunking, although we know this stuff's out there. But, we know also what to look for.
Yeah. Well, do you think mine looked pretty good? Ours, Greg's, and mine, and Nick's. And
well,
they were kind of unusual, weren't they?
Yeah, they are unusual. And what I come back to was the stories behind them. And when you have, like I said, when you have a medium that's there to confirm, I don't know how many times we've been into an investigation and we've had a medium with us saying, I feel something over here. We took a picture, and yes, there's something there. They are. In the pictures, there will be something there. A lot of the times we do not post it because it's so scrutinized in the field. But what people don't realize is, yes, this person's picking up on it, and there's a possibility, yes, that could be a spirit. But like I said, it's so scrutinized in the paranormal field. It's a big, wide range. Yeah. But
I even had some.
Curious. Oh, go ahead.
I even had some photographers looking at the pictures too, and they couldn't figure some of them out. 2 or 3 of them said, "Oh, this is lens flare or something like that," but they were baffled. They didn't know what to think. So,
well, that's good.
So
that's good of you to have that personal, professionals look at it and have them different views. So that's good on your part.
Yeah.
Yeah. We tried to have the right brain, left brain, looking at these things, so and try and give their ideas.
Yeah, well, that was the right thing to do for you guys, and I think that's awesome of you. And I also wanted to ask what you have coming up. I know you said you was going to be starting, or have you already started on a second book?
Yeah, actually, I have started on a second book, and because at the end of my first book, Photograph Encounters of Spirit Kind, I wrote that just because I wrote one book on the paranormal doesn't mean that the spirits have stopped showing up in our photos, which they have, and it's just more than ever now, seems like, and more experiences, and then I'm meeting more people, and all this, just different things are happening. So I'm just collecting everything now, and I have written part of it, but I'm continuing to work on it, and it's going to be entitled probably More Photograph Encounters of the Spirit Kind, which will include, several chapters, at least one on an old historic house, and there's a psychic that lives near us that she's psychic, but she doesn't do readings or anything like that. In fact, she doesn't want anyone else to know. I met her and I said, I wrote a book on the paranormal. And she said, I'm psychic. And I said, oh, wow. And at the time, we were having some problems with our new house. And I said, do you mind coming to our house and kind of going through it a little bit and letting us know what you think and feel? And so she did, and she told us some really interesting things, I tell you what. And in fact, other people in this neighborhood have also had some weird experiences. So she really helped us a lot, and I'm going to write about her, but she's going to be anonymous. And so it was just terrific. Had some really, let me tell you this. This is what's happened. I'm going to tell more about our house and everything. I was for over a year, I had to spend the night by myself in this house because Greg was working at night. Thank goodness he doesn't anymore. And it was kind of terrifying. when you kind of hear things and all that. And one night I was in bed, you know, it was during the middle of the night, and I heard this loud noise. And I thought, my gosh, and I kind of looked around a little bit and didn't see or anything, you know. I don't know. I went back to bed, but I didn't sleep very well. And I was, in fact, right before I tried to go back to sleep, I was pretty upset, and I hollered out that I didn't want them to bother me anymore, you know, just stay away. And I ordered them out of the house, whoever it was or whatever it was. And I just felt a lot better after that. And anyway, it did seem to help. It's not as bad now. It's better that Greg is spending the night here now. I think he helped a whole lot. But anyway, that night that I heard it, then the next morning, I just happened to go into our guest room, which is right across the hall, and the love seat had moved by itself, apparently 6 inches. And because I asked Greg, I said, "Did you move this?" He said, "No." And I said, I didn't move it." And of course, I'm a professional organizer too, and I noticed there's a little thing. And no, that thing had moved apparently by itself 6 inches. So that's pretty powerful to move something like a love seat. It was fairly heavy. Yeah, so that was terrifying. In fact, the next our neighbor said that she had a cake pan just fly through the air and nearly hit her. So, you know, it's stuff like that's it's pretty scary. So, and then I did sort of a little ritual too, you know, burning the sage and all that sort of thing. And so it's pretty quieting down now, and I'm happy. I'm happy we're not seeing anything. If I can take pictures, that's fine. But I just don't want you to see anything or hear any loud noises.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Well, I'm glad that helped you out and helped you calm it down at least.
Absolutely. So
I've got to ask, when she come in and read for you and on the house and stuff. Now, is this something to do with the land? You said your neighbors were experiencing things, so I'm assuming as an investigator, I'm hearing this is something with the land.
Yeah, it is. It is. I want to tell about my book, but it's something to do with the land. It's really good.
Well, I just gave it away a little bit, guys.
That's okay.
Yeah, spoiler
alert.
Geez, thank you. God.
End of story. No, but then she went through every room, and then there are a couple of pieces that we've got that seem to be haunted. You know, our furniture. I love the Haunted Collector. I'm sorry that went off. Did y'all like that show?
I love that show. That was a good show.
Oh my gosh. But you know, we've still got those pieces, but I think they're being real quiet, the ones there, because they know that I would get rid of the furniture, I believe, if they acted everything much. But I'm going to tell about those pieces, too. They're pretty interesting.
Awesome. So we're going to wrap it up with you, Becky, and I wanted you to give out your email and your blog site.
Okay, let's see. Okay, my paranormal one, as I mentioned earlier, is called Spirit Photographs, and the blog address is www.spiritphotographs.blogspot.com.
Awesome. And we will share these on our Facebook.
And then my email address I gave out earlier, spiritphotographs@gmail.com. And my other blog is The Art of Positive Living, and it's www.theartofpositiveliving.blogspot.com. And anyway, my most recent Art of Positive Living posts, down toward the bottom of each one of my new posts, and including the last one, I have a link to my regular photographs I'm selling on a stock photo site called iStock. And if you click onto that link, it will take you to my iStock portfolio. And in fact, there's a paranormal picture on that, but I'm not selling it as paranormal. I don't know how it got by the screeners, but anyway, there's about 130 photos on there, and it's paranormal, we think. I showed it to someone who, is a graphic designer, and she said she thought it was paranormal.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, wow. So you never know on this stuff. And, I just hope that by sharing these ideas, in my books and everything, that to help prove that there is life, beyond this one, and let people know that being psychic is a good thing, and that we're all psychic in different ways to different degrees, and we're all capable of doing miraculous things using our psychic abilities more than we realize.
We're certainly helping out to further that cause for sure. A lot of people, a lot of people listening to the show will feel better about themselves, knowing that what they have, they can help out people.
Absolutely. And if they have these abilities, try not to distance themselves, to embrace it and try to maybe help others and help themselves with it. It's a good thing, really.
It's true. Well, we want to thank you for coming on the show and talking with us.
Okay, well, thank you. Appreciate you all so much, and we'll be in touch about some of these different things and so on. And so keep up the good work. Y'all are doing a great job.
Appreciate it, and you have a good Thanksgiving.
Thanks, you too, and to everybody listening, happy Thanksgiving. Okay, see ya.
Have a good night.
Night, you too.
That was fun.
Yes, it was. Woo, I'm sorry. I ran off before I got to say bye. Bye, Becky.
I was wondering.
If you're still listening.
I'm waiting. I'm like, okay, guys, all right.
No, I had to go to the bathroom. I had to run.
Oh, well, at least you had a good excuse.
Week bladder.
Well, yeah, that was. Yeah, well, shit. I usually put my phone on mute when I have to use the bathroom. I'm always afraid that I think I'll have the phone on mute and I'll start peeing or whatever, and you can hear it, like the Naked Gun movie where he has his microphone on. You start singing, no. I might my luck could be with Dennis on the phone with us, and I'll be sitting there peeing online on the fucking show.
That's funny. But are you ready for a break?
I think I'm ready. Oh yeah. You right before the break. Good timing there, Holly. All right, we're gonna listen to a nice commercial that Holly made for Christina Rake and throw on some music, and we'll be back after these messages.
It was push and shove in the bush with a glove. It was soaked and snug. Then the jig was up. The spell wore off, so I had to diss her. Made an amateur flick with the evil stepsister. Now the party didn't start till I walked in, and I probably won't leave before the thing ends. But in the meantime, the in-between time, you go for yours, I'll go for mine. Party, I manage 'cause I travel with no baggage. Unless you count a nagging, in that case I'm dragging. Otherwise, I strive to be forever wise. Lies I stay deaf to, but my eyes hear the silent cries. Deranged trained to take out plain-tongue poets. Those who double over moaning, pain is appropriate. No longer wait for the fake to make me known. Started off drunk and once ended up sad alone. Little did you realize I don't want to get hired. Tired, out of touch, use my couch as a crutch. Much minimal is murder type truck stop lifestyle. Pile on predictions, apocalyptic visions, ain't it splendid? Your whole life seems pretended. The world spins thin when you're raised by the television. A ticket, a tasket, a condom or a casket. Drastic measures taking all the pleasure that I'm faking. Aching for smoke, bouncing my banknotes. Blatantly gross, chapped lips and canker sores. Pails, pots and pans and a bottle on the kitchen floor. Hand the wooden spoon to the toddler and press one. Now the party didn't start till I walked in, and I probably won't leave before the thing ends. But in the meantime, the in-between time, you go for yours or go for mine.
Give us a demonstration of different styles.
Just a poem, a record's just a record. A kiss is just a kiss when the sex is misdirected. We're so far from love, it's so close to hell. Thought you couldn't catch up, but you were chasing your tail. I try to freshen it up, but it's old and stale. I teach a lesson in love when you're born to fail. Hum on these scavengers, unsack passenger. Unplug your life support and disconnect your catheter. I know you wear the pens, undergarments. It's not pretend. Your girl's vibing on it at the champagne brunch. French toast, eggs Benedict, or Garcia Vega, top shelf margaritas. I feed you pinball till you in pipes clogged. Get your fingers out my catalog, style sour eggnog. Please cease perusing my inventory before you cruise singing blues in the mortuary. I leave thoughts on the windshield like John Davis getting justice to the butt naked barrel chick I sip suds with. Sniff those sweat, her whole kid is so buff to me. Infomercials for my lyrical cutlery. Now the party didn't start till I walked in, and I probably won't leave before the thing ends. But in the meantime, the in-between time, you go for yours or go for mine.
Tis the season to get your readings by Deacon Christina Rake. Christina has freaky psychic medium gifts, very specific information like names, nicknames, pets' names, and even what you did at your loved one's funeral when you were alone. Christina is only doing readings for the Christmas season. She does readings only from time to time to raise money for the church she plans to start. Readings are via Skype or in person. She asks for a $45 donation for a half-an-hour reading. An email reading is $20, in which she can send a picture of a loved one and she'd write a bit about them, or you can ask a question and she'd answer. You can have two people in a reading if you'd like to team up and share expenses with a friend or family member who also knows the deceased. She also offers gift certificates for Christmas. Christina also offers blessed religious objects for donations, exorcist medals and crosses, St. Michael jewelry, even holy water. She also has a collection of excellent talks from angels and demons to the top 5 killers we all have in our head to why the Bible says it's okay to be paranormal, psychic, and medium. You can email her at myoldcatholic@gmail.com for more information or for a catalog of items.
Welcome back.
We're back in black.
I know speakerphone for a second there. Okay. Yeah, it's funny how it says she knows what you've been doing when you're by yourself and your loved one's funeral. I'm like, whoa, oh shit. She's watching me.
Oh my God! It took me forever to do that commercial.
God.
I hope I done right by you, Christina. Rake, not Reiki, y'all. It's not Reiki.
Yeah, we have to. That's a bad habit we got. We got to stop doing that. Christina Rake as Christina Rake the Leaves. Hope she enjoyed the commercial. I don't know if she's even listening. I know she's got a bad back or something, but hope she liked the commercial. I think you did a marvelous job, personally. Marvelous job.
Thank you, darling.
Now, well, you're very welcome. A lot better than I could do, that's for sure. You're on like, Christina, blah, blah, blah. Shipping over my words and shit. So we're here to talk about the paranormal news that has happened in the past few weeks since we last did Supernatural news. God, I can't remember the last time we did a Supernatural news show.
The creepy.
It's been a while.
It's been about a month.
Yeah, it has been about a month. And luckily, paranormal doesn't stop, so there's plenty of stories to go over. We don't have the usual 2 hours to go over them.
There's always something freaky going on. There's always something freaky going on.
Yes, there is, especially on the Freakin' Awesome Paranormal show, because, yeah, freaky is what we do. Now, the first article I found isn't really paranormal. I just found it weird. There's the title of the article says, "This controller draws real blood every time you're shot in a video game." That caught my attention. You better hope your kid is actually good at Call of Duty or he'll be losing a lot of blood. Bloodsport is a device that draws real blood every time you're shot in a video game. Damn, that's taking it to a different level. If it's Kickstarter,
wow.
it's special. I know, exactly. That's some like, high risk shit there. If its Kickstarter is successful, it'll raise the stakes in shooters forever and save a whole lot of lives in the process. No, it's a good thing. Creators Jonathan Root and James Jarvis plan to bring the machine to gaming events in Canada, where they will collect precious gamer blood to be donated to blood banks across the country. Make sure you test it before you play the game, though. We don't want to taint your blood. That's bad. Here's how it works, according to Kickstarter. It's stupidly simple. Remember the Rumble Pack? Well, nowadays, most video game controllers rumble when you get shot in the game. That rumbling means that electric signal is being sent to the controller to let you know that you've been hit. All we're doing is rerouting the same electrical signal and using it to turn on the blood collection system. I'm not gonna buy this remote, just so you know. Whenever the controller shakes, you lose blood. The machine, which is still just a prototype, measures how much blood is actually drawn, so that Bloodsport powers down before you do. Oh yes, that's wow. Root's ambitious project would also pit gaming celebrities against one another to prove they're the best or pay in blood. That's pretty poetic right there. He hopes to raise $250,000 over the next year to help to make Bloodsport a reality. So far, backers have donated just over $3,000, so they got a little ways to go before they get their $250,000 goal. But Dan, what do you think about that? I mean, I could see people using it for like different like for wrong reasons. Somehow making it so they can put heroin in it and turn it to like a drug thing. Because druggies can be smart when they need to be.
Very true. Very true. Well, that was definitely interesting.
It's a good cause, I guess. I mean, maybe if you're playing it, you won't barely notice, your life force being sucked out of you.
That is hilarious. I had stories brought up here, and it's making me so mad because my computer's lagging, and I can hardly hear you when you talk. So, yeah, we'll just carry on for a minute until I get the story to come up, or I'm going to go to the computer and start it.
All right, let's go to more of the freaky side. This actually comes to the video, so you guys can watch this video. Let me turn it down so you can hear it. Women get really excited on an amusement park ride. So, roller coasters can be a blast, as can tilt-a-whirls. But few amusement park attractions offer thrills and chills of a reverse bungee jump ride called the slingshot. For women, anyways, at least based on viral videos that show women reacting to the station of the ride. For your enjoyment, WhatTheFark.com has collected some of the most thrilling clips in the video above. So yeah, they look like they're having a good time. Take my word for it. I'll put it on a Facebook page so you boys can check out women having fun on a tilt-a-whirl slingshot ride. Something to think about tonight. I was told that the acronym for the show, Freakin' Awesome Paranormal Show, is FAPS, F-A-P-S, which I heard from, some lots of sources that FAPS is another word for masturbation. So I was thinking that our show is so awesome, so freaking awesome, it makes you want to masturbate. That's how good our show is. That should be our tagline. So good, makes you want to masturbate.
Oh, that's funny.
Put that on a T-shirt and sell it. It would
sounds
sell
awesome.
out.
And we can put wood booger in there somewhere?
I still almost put that on my Facebook page. Our show is so good, makes you want to masturbate. But I'm like, listen, I got family on my page. I probably shouldn't write that. Put that on there. But, you know, it's
okay,
true.
So I've got a story for us.
All right.
Yay, Holly's got a story. Ryan's out talking to me tonight. How about that?
Oh, shit.
Ooh. How many points for Ryan?
That's right. I win.
So this is actually a viral video, which I have not seen yet. It is a ghost in white. Sorry terrifies people on Delilah roads. I don't even know where this is, seriously. I'm probably not even saying that right. But anyway, Delilah. Anyway, the video is of a ghost in white.
Call in.
Yeah. The video is a ghost in white. Sorry, roaming on, I'm assuming this is somewhere overseas, way over somewhere. Anyway, she's been seen roaming the roads. In the footage, the ghost is seen wearing a white sari. What's a sari or whatever? And walking on the streets of the national capital, scaring people. Does that even scare? I mean, really?
Okay. Huh? Is it scary or
what? Is
what?
this like the woman in black? No, I think it's bullshit. But anyway,
you call bullshit?
Yeah, I call bullshit. But you know, down below it says a prank video. So yeah, that sucked. Anyway, I mentioning that it reminds me of the woman in black that was seen walking through, and she was seen. I don't know if you guys seen her out there, but actually it's many people that was walking through. But they was all dressed in black, and they made a big old deal out of it. But the thing about them was it seemed like wherever they went through was some kind of death in that town. And for us, a little boy was hit by a oil truck or something like that. He was riding his bicycle. He went to school with my kids. But anyway, yeah, that was weird.
You had a lady in black walk through your town?
Yeah, and it's actually viral. It's on YouTube, and that was part of some kind of Christianity group. I'm not sure which Christianity group, but yeah, there was. She was seen at Walmart, and there was multiple ones seen. So it freaked everybody out. They thought they was like death angels or something. And then I had made a post on the YouTube video. Was like, oh my God, can you people just stop judging someone and blah blah this. And it's interesting. So if you get on YouTube and search The Woman in Black, I'm sure you're going to find more than one video. But, yeah, definitely it was interesting because a lot of people said that the theory behind them, people coming through, that death followed. So, and it did in some places. But, you know, whether that is coincidence or not, I guess we'll never know.
Wow. Well, that is wild. How, you know, because I guess if something happens, a little kid gets hurt or anything, and a woman in black happens to be there at the same time, they could probably draw the connection, I guess. But maybe it's just coincidence.
Right. Exactly.
You know, but then again, women dressed in all black, it kind of stands out too.
Well, it just wasn't women. It was men. It wasn't just one woman. It was like different people, so they saw them all over
people in black.
The place. Yes. But most people saw the woman around here. And I know my allergies are acting up. I sound awful.
Well, no, you sound fine. You sound sexy as hell. Don't worry. Can I ask you a question?
What?
When you text people, you text me, whatever, text whatever, do you use emojis?
No.
Like little smiley faces and stuff.
Yeah, you know I do. I bought the hell out of it.
Yeah, you do. How would you like to use an emoji Ouija board?
Oh, you know how I feel about that.
Well, there's a little thing, the emoji Ouija board being created. The act of human beings trying to contact the dead on the other side has become a common part of paranormal research over the years. Whether it be raps on a wall or table, direct communication through a psychic or automatic writing, spirit communication really collided with the general public since the talking board or Ouija board was created in the late 19th century. Since then, many a horrifying tale, both fiction and non, and started with a group of friends using the tool to communicate with the great beyond. The slow and painful act of waiting for the ghost to actually spell out his message seemed a bit out of date, however, to an enterprising trio who brought emoji to the Ouija Mojo. He started with a vision of using little graphical pictures on the board for the spirits to communicate with the living. Everyone wanted to know if the ghost in your house was in love, happy, sad, was trying to tell you about an old Indian burial ground, or was in a murderous rage in hardly no time. And via a cute ghost cartoon your kids will adore, your prayers have been answered. So sweet. So if your little ghost emoji shows up with an axe and is really pissed off, gotta get out because you're in trouble. They can talk to spirits through emojis now. We don't need spirit boxes. Let me get my phone out. See, the phone is becoming more and more practical as a way to talk to ghosts. Pretty soon they'll be able to call you on the phone. I'm going to call them up. Hey, what's up? What's up? FaceTime with the ghost. How about that? Ghost time. Would you use that?
Ghost time. That's a good
one. Yeah, I would be tempted to download it just to see the little ghost show up. Again, I'd freak out if a ghost showed up with an axe on his hand. Huh?
You do it just to see. I mean, how many people say, I want to, I'm going to drink so I can just see what happens. I want to.
Oh yeah, I'd be curious.
Yeah.
I downloaded. I got on my first smartphone. I downloaded those ghost hunting apps. Where it has a ghost radar and it shows that there's a ghost around you, everywhere you go. Yeah. And I got all that shit. My little, even had an infrared camera on it.
Yeah.
Fake, but still.
Oh yeah, we've tried it out in the field, the ghost radar. I mean, them apps, just to test them out in the field, hell, it's worth it, But we don't ever take it. We take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah, I want to show it to my client and say, look, this ghost radar is going off. Your house is fucked. Okay, seriously, this goes over here, over here, over here.
I wonder how many people actually do that.
I suggest you burn the house down because this place is condemned. Yes, the ghost radar does not lie. It's shit. There's all around.
There's people out there that do that.
Oh yeah. This free app
is
so much more reliable than the stuff we paid hundreds of dollars for. Exactly.
I was going to. What did I find? I found a picture of allegedly an international paranormal investigator turned monster hunter has photographed what appears to be Nessie's head emerging from the water of Loch Ness. And the image captured by Jonathan Bright, who is Greek but is known around the world by his English name, is remarkably similar to the underwater picture taken by a world-renowned scientist. So, Boston-based Dr. Robert Ryan spent years researching and searching for the elusive water horse and brought sophisticated underwater camera and sonar equipment to the Highlands in 1972. He died in 2009, never having obtained conclusive proof of the head, but the gargoyle head picture of one of what appears to be a long-necked beast swimming through the water, plus a close-up of a flipper, remain the best images of what could be Nessie. Although Bright is not... God, I'm losing my voice too. Look at that. Although Bright is not claiming to have a photo proving Nessie's existence, he plans to return to Loch Ness after examining thousands more photographs he has taken in and around Loch Ness on his second trip there this week. Newly discovered documents have revealed that how the National History Museum in London appealed to so-called bounty hunters to help secure the carcass of the Loch Ness, which that's in every, I think, cryptid. But the 46-year-old said that I investigate the paranormal, but I also investigate legends, and Nessie is one of them. Among others is the Dracula stories, and he has traveled to Transylvania.
Wow.
That actually brings up another subject, and I'm going to go ahead and just bring it up. Because earlier we were talking about vampires. Because what a lot of people don't might not know in the paranormal field, that they are such thing as vampires. But it's not
yes,
what...
Yes, there are. I can vouch for that.
Yes. So what we was dealing with last week on the show with Ron, he got that issue took care of. But anyway, there is such thing as psychic vampires. And there's actually people who can be dubbed as vampires, but it is when these people are kind of like feeding off of you. Usually there be some psychic people out there. Some people don't know they're doing it. Other people are very aware that they're doing it, but they will feed off your thoughts, feed off your energy, your chi or whatever. And that does happen, and a lot of people don't realize it. So, and then there are our spirits that are psychic vampires. So they attach themselves to you, and they will drain you. They will just make you feel all kinds of different feelings.
Crappy.
But yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They suck the happiness out, for sure. Oh, show.
Yeah. But I wanted to bring that up
yeah,
because
well, good.
we talked about earlier. Me and Ron actually had some pretty good conversations.
Yeah, we had some really good conversations. We should just save ourselves and we can just, play our awesome conversations. Actually, not all of our awesome conversations, but most of them anyways.
It would get really freaky.
Yeah, just a little bit. Might scare some people. Can I ask you a question? Have you ever wanted to go look for trolls? I mean, people go Bigfoot hunting. People go looking for Loch Ness Monster, but we don't have any troll hunters out there anymore, do we?
No, I haven't. But let me tell you, speaking of trolls, because when you say trolls, it reminds me of the little trolls that I had when I was younger, when I was, 11 or 12?
Yeah, the little with the crazy hair?
Yeah, I had the big ones, little ones.
Yeah, with the big hair and all that. Yeah. But apparently there's a country called Denmark, I don't know if you ever heard of it, that is going to pay someone to research trolls. The money will go towards a film, of course, towards studying it. Will go towards funding I don't know where I got film from. Go towards funding a study into the impact of troll mythology on the island of Bornholm. Denmark assigns $428,000 to research trolls. Write that backwards. Trolls are a staple part of the myths and legends of Scandinavian folklore, and now a researcher exploring the impact of these stories on the local environment has been awarded a sizable research grant to expand on the studies. Particularly, the project will focus on the enigmatic island of Bornholm in the Baltic Sea, where tales of a troll by the name of Krolebole.
It's like Wooly
Krolebole. Sorry. Krolebole. Hashtag Krolebole. Krolebole facial. What? Researcher Lars Christian Coed-Romer, is the recipient of the funds, who's no stranger to investigating unconventional subjects, having previously studied the topic of ghosts for 2 years. The organization responsible for awarding the money, Denmark's Council for Independent Research, or DFF, for all you kids out there, has defended this decision despite skepticism over the value of such a study. At DFF, we believe that humanistic research should be funded on equal footing with all other research areas, and we actually support that area more than we support societal research, said Chairman Peter Munk Christensen. So, yeah.
Hey, that's awesome. I was sitting here scrolling through, some of these paranormal news sites, and I just saw where one of them said that Ryan Buell announced on Facebook that he was getting married to his hometown, a state college soon. To former Paranormal State star announced that he was bisexual back in 2010. Sergi, that was on there. So congratulations to them. Woohoo!
Yeah. And there's Brian Buell has been kind of, I don't know. He had some problems last summer over some stuff he was not. Also, so he had some appointments he didn't make. Some readings or some shows he was supposed to do, And a lot of people are
Right.
upset with him because of the money situation. The bisexual thing, that's neither here nor there. So hopefully he'll get that stuff figured out, because I did enjoy watching Paranormal State. That was definitely one of my favorite Paranormal shows to watch.
I loved the show. I loved the show. It was one of my main shows to watch. The thing about it is when people are in that spotlight, they're on national. I mean, they're just in the spotlight, and when something goes wrong, people run with information. It's like me. I've slept with so many people. I'm a lesbian, and there's so many. It just starts with one little rumor, and it's spread, and by the time it's spread all around, that it's been changed so many times, and you don't even know which one's the right news. And that's just like Ghost Adventures Nick. He is actually leaving the show this time.
Yeah.
And he is going on to and that's official, so.
Yeah, there's a rumor Aaron was kicked off the show, but that was a lie, so.
Yeah.
You never know.
I could imagine. I could never be in that scene, because I could imagine what they would say about me. Like, oh my God, she's so fat today.
You gotta have thick skin, and don't even read what they say. You can't,
Yeah, exactly.
You really, even any kind of field, if you're in the public eye.
Yeah.
But you put yourself out there with your videos and stuff like that, and you're gonna get good reviews because they're really good. They're really good videos. They're singing. That's awesome. Because you have a great voice. Yeah, I'm gonna plug it some more. Yeah. What was it? What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? And maybe I'm gonna show you. This girl's gonna be exactly. Why don't you sing it somewhere?
Oh God! Wait, hold on. How's it go? See, now I've got amnesia.
You know I'm going to show you, baby, whatever you said at the end of the video.
You know I'm going to show you, right?
That's right. There it is. There it is. So that's
baby,
a little bit of a taste.
Show you. Baby, I'm going to show you. Baby, I'm going to show you.
Baby, show you.
Baby, I'm going to show you. Yeah. That's it.
There it is. See? That's a little bit of a sample for what you're gonna hear on the awesome songs that Holly's writing. But
and I don't know what's wrong. I see that's part of my ADD people. I've always loved music. I love the paranormal. I love being social. I love this and that and whatever. So, but listen, the underlining highlight of this whole situation of the ADD and multitasking is that we are living life to our fullest. We have dreams, we have visions, we have ambition, and we go for it. And that's the main thing, is that when you have all this stuff around you and these opportunities, you just have to kind of say, you know what, I'm capable of doing all of it. I know I'm not better than anyone else, and I know that I'm doing the best that I can. As far as like putting myself out there with my videos, I really honestly don't give a shit, because at one time I would have been so self-conscious about myself that I did not post anything like that, because I was so worried about what people thought. And then forever I would post videos without my face in them. I would just like point the screen at something, like point the camera at like a black spot or something like that. So, when it comes to stuff like that, and self-confidence and being self-aware, but I really like, that's something that I really promote in other women, and men too. But I think women struggle a lot more than men with self-confidence.
You got to remember two simple words, two very simple words that'll change your life forever. Fuck it.
What?
That's the new two words. Fuck it. It don't matter.
True.
There's two words. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Don't like the way you sing. Fuck it. Don't like the way you look. Fuck it. Whatever.
Oh yeah.
Well,
okay,
make yourself happy.
The thing about it is you look at yourself in the mirror and say, yes, I might not be happy with this fat roll, or I might not be happy with my nose, or this or whatever. Okay, you have to kind of look at yourself and say, I don't like this about myself, but I'm going to accept it and work on it. And like that's like anything like with weight, or anything like that. Like just a behavior in yourself that you don't like. You just look at yourself and say, I don't like this about me, but I can change it. It's changeable.
Yes,
I should be like,
now,
I'm a life coach.
you should be like a self-help guru. We'll definitely have a self-help show one of these days where we can just talk about make people feel good about themselves. But now, it's time to go back to supernatural news. So we make the ghosts feel good about themselves. Like, we're over here. I'm ignoring us. I'm sorry. Okay. I'm gonna take us down to Georgia. What do you think about that? How about Atlanta? What do you think about that?
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
That's a little bit busy.
All right. Do a little bit of homecoming for you. This is out of Atlanta. Typically, the spooky sites on Halloween are of the cardboard and neon variety. This is actually published on Halloween. But there's a community that believes there's more than mischief in the air. And there's more in Georgia than anywhere else. Heather Dobson, a mother of three from Woodstock, is the communications director for Paranormal Georgia Investigations. It's a group that researches for the supernatural. We're looking for shadows. We're looking for full-body apparitions, Dobson said. Dobson had video that shows something otherworldly. Dobson is not alone, at least in the Peach State. According to website Meetup, Georgia tops the 50 states in paranormal investigations, haunted places, and spirits and ghosts. Colin Cash works at the historic Marietta Trolley Company, which houses ghosts of Marietta. Most of our ghost history here is related to the Civil War, so it's no surprise to me that Georgia would rank high for ghosts, said Cash. Cash and her colleagues will give out 9 ghost tours in Marietta Square on Halloween night. Enjoy Halloween. It's a special time to celebrate the other side, said Cash. Now, for the record, while Georgia ranked first in several categories, it didn't even reach the top 5 in the horror films or communicating with spirits. Here are the stats from Meetup. All right, here are the stats. Paranormal investigators, the top 5 states: Georgia, South Carolina, New Jersey, Indiana, New York. Ghost tracking, top 5 states: New Jersey, Wisconsin, New York, Georgia, Massachusetts. Spirits and ghosts: Georgia, Michigan, New Jersey, Illinois, New York. Haunted places: Georgia, Michigan, Tennessee, New York, Wisconsin. Horror films: Ohio, Arizona, Indiana, South Carolina, Michigan. Communicate with spirits, coming in number 1, Virginia, Pennsylvania,
Woo-hoo!
Ohio, Massachusetts, and New York. How about that?
Woohoo! I was starting to get offended.
Number 1 for communicating with spirits, huh? What'd you say?
I said I was starting to get offended.
Yeah, me too. I was like, I actually heard the same article on Darkness Radio, came on last week, and I'm like, Virginia's got up there somewhere. I mean,
yeah. Well, that's like the asshole of Virginia where I live. It's like non-existent. Everybody's like, what? There's no mountains in Virginia. Bullshit, they ain't. I live in the asshole of Virginia. I should know.
He says that. Although people in like the Colorado Rockies might consider our mountains to be hills, compared to what they have, but there's still mountains in our eyes.
Yeah. Well, see, they're more like hills to me too. Like when I'm out there, so.
Yeah.
No.
Really big hills.
Yeah, I'm just like big bumps.
Yeah, big old speed bumps. Well, we're number 1 for communicating with spirits, which makes sense because who we talk to on here and who we have on the show, Pat and Dennis.
Yeah,
Pat Pat's in Virginia. Yeah, I mean haunted places. I would have thought we would be in the top 5.
Yeah. I don't
Maybe
know.
we're in the top 10. We better be in the top 10 at least.
I mean, I don't know. What about New Orleans? I've been watching, and I'm sorry, yes, I watch vampire stuff, but I've been watching the originals lately, and yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway,
Louisiana isn't even on the list.
I would think it would
states, not
be.
cities. Well, maybe since it's just one spot in Louisiana and New Orleans, maybe there's.
But still, I mean, it's a big spot. Like with, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I've never been there, so who knows?
No, I mean, I know there's a lot of spiritual activity in New Orleans. I mean, that's obvious. I mean, if they did the top cities, I'm sure it would be up there. Number what, Savannah, and I don't know what else would be up there, but New Orleans and Savannah are probably the two cities that come to mind the most when it comes to haunted cities, for sure. You know.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know what horror films is that. What people like? People watch horror films more in Ohio than anywhere else, or what? I don't understand what that means. More
what
horror
did it say?
More horror. It says, now for the record, while Georgia ranked first in several categories having to do with supernatural, it didn't even reach the top 5 in horror films or communicating with spirits. So I don't know what that means. Like, most horror films take place in those cities, or?
Right. Yeah, that's what it is. But I would have thought West Virginia.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, that's funny.
I mean, I don't know many horror
Wrong
films that
turn.
take place in Arizona. Yeah. It's interesting, but it's interesting that most of the places are on the East Coast. There are a few in the middle, but most of them are on the East Coast, like, you know, up and down the East Coast. A lot of them actually get repeated.
Yeah. Well, see, that's why I can't wait to start interviewing people overseas, because I know we've got a group out of Australia that is going to be coming on the show probably, next year, I think?
Sometime
beginning of
next year. Yeah. Just getting the logistics worked out about the timing and stuff, and see if we can't get them on the show, because, right now I figured out the time, but right now I just can't do it in my head, so... But I think they're 17 hours ahead of us from what I heard. So might be like, I don't know, 11 o'clock at night over there right now. Oh, no.
No, 1. It'd be like,
no.
Let's see.
1 o'clock in the
I don't
afternoon.
know. Maybe. Who knows? I'm not a master.
Yeah. So,
I went to
Freakin
Pound. Oh, my God. Okay, so this is so not to do with paranormal, but it was, like, funny. So, I went up to my friend's house Sunday for some girl talk and, just catch up. And for some reason, we was talking about toes, and I was like, oh, my God, we're talking about feet. Oh, never mind. People having feet fetish. So, you know what I was talking about, Ryan. But anyway.
Oh, yeah. I'm waiting to find a picture of your feet you told me you'd send me. Sorry. Did I just get weird there? Sorry.
But anyway, Megan Fox, if you go look her up, and I'm going to find this after the show and post it, but some people have thumbs that are shaped like your big toes. And Megan Fox is one of them.
Wow.
So my friend tells me this, and I'm like, what? I was like, well, did you know Megan Fox is really into the paranormal? But, her toe thumbs really outdone my Megan Fox being into the paranormal. That's interesting.
Yeah, Megan Fox and her toe thumbs.
Yeah.
Luckily, she has other things to take your eyes off her toe thumbs.
She's a very pretty girl.
Yes, she is. I was said before, she's no Holly Mullins, but I mean, she's aight. I guess she's aight. If you're into that little hot supermodel type thing, whatever.
That's funny. I've got a really interesting article to bring up if it will do it without cutting me out. I was like, stupid. Okay. Yeah, you can still hear me, can't you?
I can hear you. I can hear you. It's like I'm 5 years old or something.
Okay, well, this is in Clarksville, Tennessee. In cities across America in the 19th century, advertising took forms what we find companies using today. Bare brick exterior walls of buildings became canvases to some businesses. Ghost signs are gaining greater attention and value as a sentimental throwback to another time in a new category of art history, serving as a testament to when Clarksville was a different city. So that was so not what I thought it was going to be.
Is that it?
No, there's so much more, but it's so dumb because it wasn't so what I thought it was going to be.
Well,
Ghost song.
That's the thing. Sometimes you read articles like that one I read about the snapshot thing, or the ride where girls orgasm and shit. I thought it could be a longer article with like a sentence. Like, oh, okay. But it was a cool video there. I enjoyed it. You have another article to read?
I'm looking. I didn't have a chance before. I was a slacker.
Yeah, I know how you are. I know how it is. Just kidding. I'll read an article about a missing person. It's actually an article on Cracked.com. The 5 creepiest disappearances that nobody can explain. And I'm going to go down to number 3 and talk about Miss Jean Spangler. Jean Spangler was one of the many denizens of the shadowy underbelly of Los Angeles. A gorgeous actress who didn't let her limited success stop her from leading as sparkling a life as she could manage. She had just finished filming a bit part in the movie Young Man with the Horn, Tee-hee, that's what it says in the article, among numerous other small roles. It might just have been a matter of time before she'd make it big, or not. We'll never know, as fate had other plans for her. One October day in 1949, she set out to meet her ex-husband about child support, and it was never seen again. Her purse appeared 2 days later, untouched and exactly as cashless as it had been. She didn't carry money. The investigation ruled out robbery. The only thing inside was a cryptic note. Kirk, can't wait any longer. Going to see Dr. Scott. It will work best this way while Mother is away. Nobody knew who Kirk was, but there was one Kirk she knew that made the case all the more curious. It gets weirder. And when we say curious, we mean the case was intriguing enough to become a nationwide sensation. Publicity brought plenty of new tips and leads, each turning out to be completely useless. All clues pointed in different directions, and each path was a dead end. Yes, even the ex-husband she was on her way to see. Then we have that Kirk she had worked with, specifically actor Kirk Douglas of Spartacus and being Michael Douglas's dad fame. Douglas managed to become entangled in the case by going out of his way to tell everyone that Kirk in the note totally wasn't him. Honestly, guys, he barely knew her. Curiously, up until then, the police hadn't even really thought of him as a suspect, despite at the time checking out pretty much every Kirk and Scott within their jurisdiction just in case. Douglas could, of course, just have been covering his back, as he recently starred a film Spangler also had a role in, and his involvement was just one of many odd little facts that kept popping up. For instance, 3 weeks before Spangler's disappearance, a shadowy abortion doctor named Dr. Kirk had been threatening all his former patients all over the phone, and a close associate of his actually disappeared without a trace. But no evidence ever turned up connecting him with Spangler's disappearance. And yet another lead, 2 mobsters who had been partying with Spangler had also vanished around the same time. Any evidence they were involved with her disappearance? Of course not. In fact, no definitive theory or suspect was ever named, as every day it seems like more Spangler had just flat out walked out right off the earth. Lacking gruesome details, the case slipped through the cracks of public consciousness within months. Soon it was little more than a shrug and a bucketload of half-assed assumptions of both botched abortions and various fatal encounters. Thus faded the memory of Lois Jean Spangler. Ugh. You know, except for that one time when a mysterious woman who looked exactly like her was spotted in Texas the following year. However, police never pursued that lead. So that's pretty. You know, that would be a fun show to do. Hollywood, do a show in the dark side of Hollywood. You know? Yeah, like the 1940s, talk about the Black Dahlia, and, you know, stuff like that.
Right.
Because, you know, people go there.
You know,
people go to...
Yeah.
People go to Hollywood, they want to pursue their dreams.
I know we don't. Yeah. But, like, what if, like, you know, we started discussing some more of the conspiracy stuff, which I love, like I've always loved and being into, but what if I disappeared? Would you think anything about it?
If you disappeared? Would I think it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I would probably.
Of course, you know.
I'd have to, you know me. If I don't hear back from you, you know, either I think you're pissed off at me or, you know, something happened. But.
Exactly.
But I wonder back then.
But anyway, this gets my next article.
Okay. Cut me off. I see how it is.
You're so funny. A paranormal, and this was posted last year, and I've seen it on this site I come to all the time, but I've never mentioned it. But a paranormal radio host, Art Bell, mysteriously disappears from Sirius XM. The much ballyhooed, is that how you say it, return of paranormal radio host Art Bell ended in just 6 weeks. The master of UFOs, French science, and conspiracy theory is apparently at odds with Sirius XM over live streaming for his millions of fans. The 68-year-old co-creator of the hugely successfully Coast to Coast AM retired from his full-time role of master of the Macabre in 2003. I'm sorry for anybody I offend on that because I'm not very good. Like I went to pound, I went to donkey anyway. After 15 years over that span, he went from mainstream talk to highly successful foray into unexplained phenomenon, turning the syndicated juggernaut into the most listened to overnight show in North America. And I hear a lot of people say they listen to Coast to Coast. The late night shows were comfortably taken over by the popular George Norrie. This past July, Sirius XM satellite radio announced that Bell would launch a new live nightly call-in show, Art Bell's Dark Matter, in September. But since Bell's new program's September 16th premiere, there have been, according to Bell on his website, many problems with streaming his show. Many of thousands of listeners came on board when it began, but they have fallen off because of that reason. So apparently some kind of communication issue. It appears that Sirius XM has decided not to work things out for Bell. At his website now indicates he posted the following to his Facebook page. Sometimes when you're all in, you win. Sometimes lose. By mutual agreement, Dark Matter will no longer air as of tonight.
So he hasn't really disappeared. His XM radio is not helping him with his show, I guess. So he's okay.
Well, I mean, why they even say that then, suckers? The show had only been on air since September the 16th, and tonight's program is a scheduled repeat. So once again, Art Bell's radio voice is quiet. But why? That makes you wonder why. Because of the things he was talking about, or? Maybe.
I mean, I know Art Bell was really popular on the show. What was it called? Coast to Coast. But then again, I think Art Bell didn't realize that, you know, XM radio is a pay site. I think he wants to stream the show so people didn't have to pay to listen to it. And XM wants some money, so that they're not going to let people stream the show. Because if you could stream it, why bother paying the money to XM radio? Yeah, I think that's one of the reasons why the show didn't work out, because Art wanted everyone to hear it, and, you know, he signed a contract with XM and realized that, hey, XM was satellite, not streaming. It's not the same thing.
Right.
So,
anywho.
I don't know.
But, yeah. Anyway, we got 10 minutes
up.
left, and I say we BS.
Yeah, fuck it. 10 minutes left. 10 minutes left. I'm going to read one more article about aliens. We've talked about ghosts. We talked about trolls. We're talking about aliens yet, have we?
No.
Not illegal aliens. This isn't immigration. Well, I guess if an alien came down from Mars, I guess it would be an illegal alien if it doesn't have a green card. So they gotta apply like everybody else. Former American history professor believes human-alien hybrids will soon take over the Earth. Yeah. Cuckoo. Retired Professor David Jacobs, professor, believes alien abduction on humans have been happening to create human-alien hybrids who are walking all over the Earth today and will take over Earth soon. Jacobs knows that every time he talks about it, he is being ridiculed by a lot of ordinary people and skeptics, losers, but he long stopped caring about what people think of him. Now 71, Jacobs has made investigations on extraterrestrial abductions as his mission. Jacobs, who currently worked on his fifth book, was a professor for 36 years, teaching American history at Temple University before retiring in 2011. His first books were printed by leading and academic publishers as he ensures to apply a scholarly approach to his research. Jacobs has talked with around 150 people who claim they were victims of alien abductions. In his own estimates, based on public polls, space aliens kidnapped over 1 million Americans. Wow, that's a bigger number than I thought. While he admits that the evidence on extraterrestrial body snatching and extraterrestrial life itself is weak, he insists evidence exists. He cites the following evidence. 1. Abductees have been reporting similar experiences with recalling common details, such as admission to breed of human-like or insect-like appearance extraterrestrials. Yeah. People were absent physically during the time they were abducted, and some loved ones or families claim they saw them disappear. 3. Sometimes abductees were taken in groups composed of people who never met before on Earth and shared their abduction experiences together when they met on Earth after the abduction. And 4. People returned with strange marks, scars, or injuries in which Jacobs claimed he had seen himself. I think we need to get him on our show. I think that would be a good guest to get on our show. What do you think?
Yeah. Well, listen. When it comes to some things, it does seem a little too out there for me. When it really, I do believe that they are more out there, but what I don't know. For these people that's had these personal experiences, and there's so many of them, what are they experiencing? Is that alien? I don't know, but, I've never had that experience. So, and this goes back just to, like us when we have a paranormal experience. People who haven't had one don't believe. So until you had that or experienced it, then we don't never know. But, I have been big on, like I said, I'm a documentarist, and I love watching documentaries on aliens, like ancient aliens and stuff like that, and all this other stuff. So it's interesting. What do you think, Ron?
Well, I mean, I've just told Ad a psychic vampire something that happened that's out of my life. So yeah, nothing's really too out there for me right now, to be honest with you. I don't know if it's been 1 million people that have been abducted. Yeah, that's kind of a big number, but yeah, I mean, it's something worth thinking about, I guess. I mean, I never really thought about aliens that much, so I guess. For me, aliens would be more like cryptids than, just something we haven't seen yet, but are still creatures that exist, like Bigfoot.
Right.
people and shit like that.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea what to think, honestly. But I do know a lot of people in the field, in the paranormal field, who have a straight head on their shoulders, and you know that they are, you know, not way out there, because there's some people, let's face it, there's some people in the paranormal field, cryptid field, whatever field, that are a little out there and run with what little evidence they think they have, which is BS. But you know, I have met some people that have seen things that they can't explain, and the way that they explain it, and these men are like men who know their stuff, and it seems like a lot of them, it's weird, but are police officers when it comes to UFO sightings.
Yeah, and you got to take their word for it. You know, they're not going to put themselves out there as far as, you know, saying I saw this without them really seeing, because they got a reputation they need to uphold.
And they're not. Listen, when you're in the Air Force or any kind of military, it's secret. It's secret. You know, you were told what to say, what not to say. If you've got that top secret clearance, then you're going to... I mean, how many officials that's been in the Air Force or Army or have come forth and said, yes, they are this and that? And, you know, I've watched all these documentaries, like I said, and having these officials, Air Force officers come and they end up getting, like, you know, they come after them. The government comes after them and shuts them up.
Yeah. Like, you can't talk about this. Yeah, you gotta, like, you're gonna keep that silent. They want to, like, cause mass hysteria or whatever.
Yeah, and see, I'm like, as far as conspiracy theories, to a point, yeah, I definitely believe them, and I also think that the government uses conspiracy theories to cover up their own, you know, things, because they can make people look so dumb.
Well, you know, it almost makes you wonder if the government is behind people making fun of the paranormal community. If the government is behind paranormal community, paranormal studies not actually being considered a science.
Oh, listen, I have no doubt in that, because we had a client who, her father was an astral traveler.
Hang on.
And he...
How much time do we have left? So we say goodbye
7.
before we go in the archives.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead.
I'm in my car now, actually. Sadly, I have no idea what time it is. So
it's 10:57 on my clock.
Okay. Well, 10:57.
Yeah.
Well, feel free to listen to us on archives, but we want to thank Becky Arnott for coming on the show.
For shizzle.
Sure. For shizzle, my drizzle. Wiki. She was a great guest. Next week we'll have a paranormal free-for-all. So whoever wants to call in and join the madness. Exactly. We can you take callers. You want to call in, talk about your paranormal experiences? Come on. Give us a call. We'll talk about them. Yeah. We're not shy. We don't bite hard, at least.
No.
Not the first time. Maybe later, if you're good. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But, yes, thanks for all of our listeners. We really appreciate you. And also, we have a lot of stuff coming up within the next month and stuff we're working on for next year for our shows. One thing we have going on now is a shout for share. If you like our page and give us a shout out and let us know, we will give you a shout out on air live. And we have done this previously on our show, and I'm trying to get it out there more. But yes, definitely do that, and we will give you a shout out live on air, because we all here at Freakin' Awesome Paranormal are about para-unity.
Yes, and we love our freaks, for sure. And we certainly appreciate everyone listening in and giving us a chance. And going on our YouTube page, we usually put our videos, whatever show we have, like tonight, we'll put on video on YouTube. We'll have it up by tomorrow afternoon. You guys go back and listen to our shows, listen to shows you've missed, and hopefully get caught up. And hopefully you guys will tune in next week when we have our Paranormal Free-for-All. And that's about it. We got some great things coming up. We got a big day coming on January 19th next year. Big day coming up on that day. But other than that, yeah. I don't know what time it is, so hopefully we're almost done.
Oh, yeah. We are out. Yeah, we're out.
Okay, good. I was like, shit. I don't know what else to say. I'm just killing time here. La 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 la. Go supernatural, paranormal. La 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 la.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
My allergies started going, and I was like, oh my god. I was like, oh my.
You sound totally like a man tonight. Oh my god. Just kidding. You sound fine.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah, most people, I get my allergies in the middle, beginning of October.
Me, I'm like messed up. I get allergies. I have bad allergies. I usually take a Zyrtec every day, and I stop usually
take a
during
Prozac
winter
every day?
It's calmed down a little bit, but
yeah.
I take Prozac.
Yeah, sorry.
I feel like it sometimes. No, it's Zyrtec.
Zyrtec. You probably said Zyrtec. It just sounded like you said Prozac. Talking to me being a part of your life now, I'm pretty sure you will start taking Prozac every night. Fuck. Wow, so I can't wait to hear next week
I
about
seen
your
this post on Facebook and said, this year we're going to have a...
What?
What?
I miss you talking about shit.
I said I saw a post on my Facebook, and it had a family together on Thanksgiving. It said, this year we're going to have a happy family Thanksgiving. I'm going to stuff the turkey with Prozac. I was like, that's
there we go. There we go. Shit. That'll help. I can't believe it's almost Thanksgiving. That's crazy.
It is crazy.
This year's gone by so fast.
Yeah.
A lot of shit happened this year.
Oh,
sure.
It's been cray this year.
Cray.
But I'm excited. I'm so excited to make this announcement tomorrow because I've made it on my personal Facebook. I haven't made it on our Black Mountain yet, so it's going to be exciting. And I think Josh is going to be traveling down from West Virginia. I know it's last. Yes.
Oh, I'm jealous, man. He gets to hang out with people before I do. What the fuck? That sucks, dude.
Hey, listen, you hang out with people all the time and see your people all the time and people that I want to meet that I don't ever get to. There's nobody around here. So,
yeah, but
I
mean, it's not fair you can see Josh before I do. Man, I love Josh. Damn it.
One night we was on the phone and I called him Joshy and he said, don't do that. And I was like, why not? He's like, no, Joshy. He's like, don't even call me that.
Oh, my God. That's funny.
It is funny. And I'm excited to meet Pat for the first time, too, because I already feel like we've already made, a bond for sure. But,
Uh-huh.
Yeah. It's going to be great. I'm excited.
Wow. That's going to be fun.
It is.
I can't wait to hear all about it.
Yeah. I'm probably going to look like a big whale on film because it's after Thanksgiving, so I have to get into full workout mode.
You know, work out? Really? It's Thanksgiving. Enjoy yourself.
I don't really. See, this is the thing, though. I don't really overdo it on the holidays. Winter really gets me, though, because just being in the house all the time, and it's hard for me. Some people can go out and jog and walk in the cold weather. I can't because I have asthma. So, yeah, I'm a total nerd.
It definitely is harder to get motivated to go work out in the cold weather.
It is.
I noticed that. I think that's why I got sick last week, because I went out and walked outside in my T-shirt and, sweat. It's like, it was like 30 degrees outside.
Yeah.
But especially if it's like cold and rainy, or in your case, snowy outside, yeah, it's hard to get motivated to do anything, really, except stay in bed.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I have been being good lately. I've been working out at home, and then I do aerobics when I usually go twice a week. I didn't go tonight, actually, because I had four of my kids here. I've got three boys, but I keep Mason, but he's gone, and I'll have him tomorrow morning. So, yeah, I need a Prozac.
Wow, you're going to need Prozac. You might be so like drained from from having the boys there all week. By the time you get to Saturday, you'll be like a fucking zombie. People waving their hands in front of your face. Holly, wake up! Snap out of it. Fucking drill.
Oh no, I'm gonna be wired. I'm gonna be so wired. I'm excited.
Wow. So what time are you guys going in there? Do you know?
Well, I figured we're going to show up about 6 so we can get all of our equipment set up. Josh is coming in from West Virginia, so it takes him about 4 hours to get down to us. And Pat, which is awesome, she's having her family Thanksgiving dinner on Saturday, but she's going to have it an hour early so she can make it out about 7:30 or 8. So that's called devotion, people, if I've heard it.
Yeah, there it is. Definitely.
I really appreciate it because Pat's going to be doing a article on us and the Inn in one of the Para magazines.
Wow. Good publicity right there.
It is.
That's awesome.
And for the Inn.
Yeah.
The Inn.
Wow. That's cool.
I can't wait.
That is cool.
Yeah. I'm trying to look up. What?
What are you trying to do?
Oh, go ahead. What did you say? Well,
I was going to say I got Casper staring at me right now.
He's like, what was he saying?
Well, it's supposed to glow in the dark, but I need to get a flashlight and shine it on it so it'll glow in the dark and keep me company while I drive home in the dark.
But you'll get sidetracked. You'll be looking at Casper.
Yeah, that's true. He'll be talking to me like, don't wreck. Oh no, you're gonna wreck. I swear I've been like in vacation mode all day long. Even with the show, I'm like, oh god, I gotta do the show. Not that I was mad about it. I'm just having to think about like promoting the show and all that stuff today. I'm like, I didn't feel like doing that. I was like, whatever. Cause I was just vacation, like holiday mode,
I'll try and bring up an article here that was written about the Wise Inn on us by Ked Mead, and Ked's awesome. He's like local here, and he's really into Halloween. And on his page, he has haunted locations locally, and he made a post about us. And I was trying to see if I could bring up some of the history of Wise Inn, because like a lot of famous people have stayed there. I think somebody had mentioned on my Facebook that Abraham Lincoln actually stayed there at once. And, back in the day, they hung people all the time, like right there at the Wise Inn. Because the courthouse is right beside it, and that building is freaking old, too.
Do you ever get to investigate the courthouse?
Huh?
Have you ever investigated the courthouse?
No, but we've heard from multiple people that it's haunted. I don't know if that's something that they would be interested in, but they know it's out there, and they know we're here. So, I mean, that would be good for us to do. But, listen, we did do an old house that was right a couple of blocks away from the Wise Inn. Old house. And it was very much haunted, but the people that asked us to come in were after historical papers for that, haunted historical papers for that house. So he felt like he needed to play it up and make a big old ass out of himself. And I'm talking ass. He had this big ass stick and was carrying it around. He laid his hand up on the wall and done a Catholic prayer. Didn't even finish it. I didn't even know what it was, to be honest with you, because that's not my religion or whatever. But I do know that you don't start something and not finish it. And I didn't even know what he was saying. But anyway,
he's like
he was a
opening
good
up
actor.
and not closing
we
it.
could tell that from the beginning. But not good enough to get by us, being, paranormal investigators. He thought he was going to fool us, but no. It was awful. But it was haunted. I mean, if he wouldn't have acted like a dumbass, then we could have come out with some better evidence than we did.
Wow.
But anyway,
people
were hung.
I see you don't like that guy, I take it.
No.
No.
Okay, listen. The Wise Inn. This historical landmark has went through several name changes over the years. It started out as the Dotson Hotel, which was named after the owner, Captain Henderson Dotson. It served as an inn and tavern during Civil War times, right up until it burned down in 1909. It was rebuilt to specification by Virginia Governor George Peary in 1910, where it was given the name the Colonial Hotel. So that's very interesting.
Yes, it is.
I love it. I'm so excited.
And speaking of haunted hotels that we'll be visiting this weekend, I will be visiting the Exchange Hotel on Sunday for their open house Christmas party. So, yeah.
Woo-hoo.
Not investigating. Nothing as cool as what you're doing. But, you know, I will be going there and seeing Santa Claus and hanging out with people up there on Sunday. So, woohoo.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Yeah. All these awesome locations that y'all have and talk about all the time I don't know nothing about, and I definitely want to come and check it out.
Hey, you got the Wise Inn, you got the Martha Washington, you got Vico. We ain't got Vico up here. Shit.
I've never been.
Shit.
Nobody ain't got Vico where they're at.
ain't got no Vico. Ain't got no Vico where you are. Shit. Although, like, you know, Pat,
there ain't no Vico anywhere else in this damn world.
Damn. You even closer. Actually, I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you're closer to St. Albans than I am or not. I'm 3 hours away from St. Albans. In Radford.
I think we're in the middle. Actually, I think it's 3 hours.
We should do a round table in Radford. Holy shit, that'd be awesome. At St. Albans.
Yeah. And we know people.
Yeah, dude, that'd be cool.
For shizzle.
I think I'd enjoy that more than fucking Roanoke.
Roanoke.
Shit in Roanoke.
Okay, so I say Roanoke.
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 Roanoke. Or as I used to call it when I went to Radford, the Noke. That's what the cool kids called it. Actually, it's trend, you know. So I have people call it the Noke, and never really caught on. Going to the Nokia.
That's...
Never really caught on.
Oh my God! You know, earlier today I told you I could go through I could go off on so many people.
Yeah.
But as I scroll through my Facebook, I think, my God, ugh, people get on my damn nerves.
Yeah, they get on my damn nerves too. I didn't really hear the first part of what you said. I heard people get on my damn nerves, so yeah, they get on my nerves too. People suck. Just kidding. We love our listeners.
Oh, we love our listeners, but I'm talking about stupid people on Facebook.
Yeah. We don't call listeners people.
No, I'm a demon. They are. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, some people
so,
just
you know, on Facebook, because you have family. Yeah, they do. But anyway, on Facebook, it gets on my nerves because I understand people have their different views, but around here, when you have a different view and you're public about it, it's okay as long as it don't go against Christian beliefs, so it gets on my nerves. Just like this whole Duggar thing.
Yeah.
I swear, every year there's something that comes up. Last year, it was Chick-fil-A, and I swear to God, I got Bible verses thrown at me by my own aunt by marriage, like she's my ex-aunt by marriage, if you want to say it like that. But just because I said this Chick-fil-A shit is stupid. Because I'm sorry, I'm for gays. Yes, I don't give a shit. Yes, I'm for you can love who you want to love. It's none of nobody's damn business but your own. But anyway, yeah, she just started throwing Bible verses at me and told me that.
The way you let's look at it is, you know, if they're not religious, the only person who can judge you, if they're religious, is God. So they have no right to send you Bible verses. You know.
And who's to tell them that just gets on my nerves. It just gets on my nerves. That's like the Duggars. Yeah, you shouldn't even put it out there. And that's just like Duck Dynasty, okay? It shouldn't even be put out there. Because we all know what the answer was going to be to that question. And the Duggars
Yeah.
put up a post, take a picture of you kissing, couples kissing. Well, they did. But when it come up,
But
when
then
it got
again, it's
couples
their
kissing,
opinion. You know, it's
Exactly.
their opinion. You've got to let it roll off your back. People have their own opinion. If people don't like it and they don't like it, they're free to say what they want. You know, they can say whatever they want. You can say what you want.
Right.
They can say what they want. It's just people's opinions. We got to learn to live together and say, look, you believe you believe what you believe. I believe what I believe.
Right. That's the reason exactly that I'm like I say I step outside of the religion box, and not everybody. I'm not saying that everybody with religious beliefs are like this, because they're not. Because I know so many great people around us. You know, talking to Christina and Pat, and you know, even Michelle. We all have our views, but we got our head on straight. We know that it isn't about judging other people for their beliefs and stuff. So. Yeah, it irks me. So I keep scrolling through my Facebook, and most of it's my family. To be honest with you, I'm like, my God.
Well, I mean, religions aren't bad. It's the people that are bad. People can misconstrue religions, but people always blame religion. Oh, it's religion. It's not religion. It's the people that follow their religions who take it the wrong way, who take it too far. You know.
I agree, but I step outside of the religion box. That's just who I am. I'm just spiritual. I'm like, I love everybody.
Yeah, exactly. If you're a good person, cousin. That's all that matters.
Yeah, exactly. I hate being told I'm going to go to hell, or my soul is going to hell, or whatever. I ain't going to hell.
Nobody can
tell you
you're going to go to hell
right
except
now.
God or gods or whoever you believe in. If there is a hell, there isn't a hell. You know, your cousin's not going to tell you you're going to hell. She's not in charge, so don't worry about that.
You know, I already come to the conclusion that if I'm going to hell, that I'm going to have some great company down there.
Hell yeah. Let's have some fun while we're up here, huh?
Exactly. Yep.
I think, I mean, have you noticed that you don't really see ghosts of fish anywhere?
You know, I've seen a couple of pictures of what people think are like bones, some kind of like paranormal anomaly in pictures where it looks like fish bones or something in midair, or like, I don't know.
But do you think you need to have some kind of spiritual connection to somebody else to become a spirit? Like a dog can become a ghost. You've seen ghost dogs. Cats become ghosts. But you don't see many ghost squirrels running around. Or
how
ghost
do we know,
pigeons.
though?
You don't know, but I don't know. Maybe somewhere it's like Bigfoot. No one's ever seen it, but no one's ever taken a picture of a glowing squirrel in the middle of the woods while they're hiking or something like that. That's never been talked about ever.
Yeah.
I think there needs to be some kind of some connection with humans for there to be for an animal to come back in spirit form. You know, I don't know. Even probably there's some reports of ghost horses even, but you know, you don't see a residual haunting of a zebra getting killed by a lion on the Serengeti Plain every November 27th. You know, at a certain time. I know I've never heard of that happen. Oh, you'd think if it does happen, it would be in one of the articles we've been reading, and I haven't heard anything about that.
Yeah.
I mean, do you think maybe the evidence or people seeing the Loch Ness Monster, maybe it could be that's these ghosts they're seeing, and that's why it always disappears. Maybe Nessie could have died like 50 years ago, and they were seeing a residual of Nessie coming up out of the blue, out of the water.
Well, you could say the same thing about Sasquatch. You could say the same thing about any kind of cryptid animal like that. So I don't know. My kids have seen one of our cats that passed away. So yeah. around
but
the
then again,
house
that cat
too.
has connection to your family.
Right.
If I don't know, if like a cardinal runs into your window and kills itself, hey man, would next year you're going to see a residual haunting of a cardinal running into your window killing itself? Probably not. I mean, what do you think about that?
I don't know. I don't even know where to go on that. It's definitely something to think about. Makes you wonder.
I mean, there's no answer to the question.
How often are we outside to witness something like that? Or because I've had encounters before with things I couldn't explain. Like I always say, come back to say it's something that is elemental, because that's what I feel like it was at the time. Because the way it looked and everything, definitely. But
it could be a ghost squirrel. You too, man. You too. A ghost chipmunk, even maybe a ghost meerkat. Not a meerkat.
Who knows?
Those are like an Africa, aren't they?
Also, I also think too, like, are there certain areas in the separation between worlds, or that there are thinner parts of it? There's say, I mean, we all know
the
there's
veil
portals.
Is more thin. The veil between.
Yeah, like. Well, I say veil, and that's the way people perceive it. But for me, I also view it as like, I always say different levels of existence. Like, you have your astral plane, etheric plane. So I see it different than everybody else sees it, I guess. Well, not everybody, but a lot of people see it like that in the paranormal field, which makes a lot of sense, because when you're having some of the experiences you do, like out-of-body experiences or even your dream state, then, go into your astral plane, and then a lot of these other spirits or entities exist in the etheric plane. So that would be your other side, or the other world, or
ethereal.
The land of the dead. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's an interesting way to look at it, and a lot of people look at the world as divided into different planes and different, like, maybe different levels. Like maybe there's a different level for fairy folk, different level for
different planes,
paranormal, different level for cryptids.
Yeah. Well, the different planes makes more sense to me. That's what makes sense to me. Of course, it's not going to make sense to everybody, but the reason it does make so much sense to me is because of the experiences I've had. And it makes sense because when you're coming out of your body, when you're having an astral projection or out-of-body experience, you are in between, and that feeling of vibration, the feelings and what you see in between, it makes perfect sense, because I've been to the point where I've just, like, had that vibration, and you're about to go out of your body, but I always sink back in. I don't know why. I've never been completely out that I can remember, but I've been to the point where I've seen other creatures, which would be like, yeah. So it's weird.
So you're sure this wasn't your body? It wasn't all in your head. Like, you were
how do I know
with your eyes?
Because I've never ever had any kind of I've never seen anything like that before in my life. I know what's real and what's not real, and I've never had that vivid, but I was awake. It was weird, because it's like, I feel like I'm dreaming, but I'm not. I'm awake. I'm aware of what's going on around me. So it's a different. Yeah, exactly.
That's
and
weird.
It's not like a dream.
That is wild.
It is weird. Yeah. When I talk about it to some people, I feel like they're like, "God, this girl's a whack job," because honestly, I probably would be like, "Oh wow," but until you've really gone through something like that and know, then it's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard to see. because you're like, well, how do you know you're just not going crazy? Well, if you know me personally, I'm not crazy. But if you know me personally and you don't know the paranormal side of me, then and if you knew it, you probably would think I'm crazy. But like, what's wrong with her?
Yeah, I mean, I'd be more like worried if it's just my imagination. Like I was projecting it myself. It's just my brain showing me those creatures, because I could make up weird creatures in my brain that I've never seen before. Just
right, but
using my imagination,
Right. Well, my imagination's never been that good, so definitely, I think that's one of the things you struggle with abilities and stuff. And I was talking to Josh earlier about that because he's talking about how he struggles with trying to rationalize everything, and I thought that's just normal. Do you think I really like the stuff that I know and believe now I didn't know or believe earlier before I started going through all this stuff that I've been through? So sometimes it just takes personal experiences to not self-doubt yourself and to believe
like I
yourself.
said before, you learn about the vampire thing. That really, now before I guess that would be like, what the hell? I'm imagining it, but not so much anymore.
Yeah.
That definitely opened my eyes, for sure.
Yeah, well, when you're talking to me or when you're like, say you're talking to Michelle or anybody in the paranormal field, I don't think you should hold back on the things that you're going through, because usually people do hold back because they think of it, say, like if somebody was having out-of-body experiences, they think it's just dreaming. They think they're dreaming. They think they're having some really very vivid dream, but what they don't understand, when they start explaining it to me, the symptoms are there, and it just speaks for itself. Hello, you're astral traveling. I mean, I've met people who won't tell me right off, but like later on in the relationship, friendship, then they'll tell me, and I'm like, why didn't you tell me this at the beginning? Well, I didn't think nothing about it.
Well, I mean, plus, if you're just hanging out with somebody, you have to tell them everything that,
right.
you have to develop that trust with somebody before you're going to say, oh yeah, I astral protect myself.
Right, true. And I do, but when it comes to like my paranormal friends, I'm like, hey, I do this and that. But of course, I post all this stuff. I post all this stuff on my paranormal investigator page, and it don't bother me. And I've got people from family members to family friends who or I think they're just being nosy, to be honest. They are on that page, but so I don't care if they read it and think I'm crazy. So be it. Screw them.
Screw it.
Like we said.
I finally made it back home. Woo!
I can tell.
Done. I got my beer, my High Life here at my desk here, and but I can I'm like you said, I'm really trying to get into this whole. I went out to the metaphysical store yesterday and I bought.
You choose some incense?
I bought some. Yeah, I bought some incense. Bought some Kiln incense, tranquil incense. And I got. What else I get? I got a clear quartz ball, like they told me to get.
Yeah.
Learning how to do this shit.
Yeah.
It's gonna take time. I just gotta.
It's gonna take time. Hell, look at me. I struggle. I'm so frustrated because, listen, I went to meditate last night and I could not focus. I couldn't hold on to my thoughts, like what I was trying to do. I just couldn't do it. And I don't know, what like Pat talked about. I was just busy, like really not focused.
It's hard. Like you said, for being ADHD, it's hard to focus on one thing and to totally let your thoughts go. Like they want us to, you let go of your thoughts, don't think about anything. Well, it's a lot easier said than done, for sure.
Yeah. It takes a lot of practice.
Yeah, it does. It does. Even if you're, practicing, you still can, I guess, regress. I guess.
Exactly.
Because the thoughts will come into your head. regardless. Your mind will never completely be empty. That's a misnomer. Empty your head, you can't. Your brain is constantly working. You try to put the thoughts in the back of your head, maybe, but your head is never really completely empty. Unless you're,
What's this thing going on in Ferguson? I don't even watch the news.
I don't know. It's, you know what? I think what happened was a teenager got shot by a cop in Ferguson, and they can't figure out if the teenager was going for his gun or not. The teenager was unarmed, but they're trying to figure out if he came after the cop or not, and he's just trying to get the gun, and the cop shot him in the street, and there've been riots there, like, for, I don't know.
I don't watch the news.
Months. Yeah, and that's what's going on over there. Just shit. It's
drama. What's
yeah.
the drama?
Yeah. So now they're worried about.
I don't know. I've just seen a lot of posts on
more
Facebook,
riots.
and I was like, I have no idea.
And I don't understand, because it's not like these people who have nothing to do with Ferguson itself, the city, are protesting. And they're like, why are you even here? And it's bad that he got shot, and I feel bad for his family.
Right.
But if it's, even if the cop was right and shooting the kid was, he felt threatened, and the kid was going after his gun, it doesn't matter. Right now, it doesn't even matter anymore. What matters is the fact that the message, and they think the message that people think, the cop is going to get off because he's white or whatever.
Oh, God, yeah.
If the cop was in the right, it won't matter.
Right.
That ship has sailed.
Exactly.
So,
I hate that that's still an issue in.
There's only issues with people like Jesse Jackson and.
I also saw something about, where was it at, where the Native Americans were fighting against the gas lines getting put in. Which I'm for that. I mean, I'm sorry, but hello. Native Americans were here before we were. We took their land from them.
Yeah, I'm for cheap gas, more personally, because I want to get where I want to go. So whatever they can do to get me cheaper gas, I'm not going to pay. If they can get us to pay $3 a gallon for gas, I will definitely agree with putting the pipeline in faux show. Cause we got my big old SUV.
The gas prices.
They've been going down. Wait for them to go back up again, which they know they will. For sure. I don't know.
I think it's time to get off here.
Time to get off?
I've got to be up at 6 o'clock in the morning.
No shit. All right, I'll talk to you later. Probably talk to you in a second on Facebook. So.
Oh. Okay.
Everybody have a good night.
Yes, Holly out.
All right, Ryan out. Bye.
Bye.